What's up, guys? Welcome back to the poker vlog. This is episode number 47, and for this episode I play my second and last session from the Arizona trip. Andrew and I went out there to host a meetup game at Wild Horse Pass. That was in the last episode. This episode takes place the day after I play a 2-5 session at Talking Stick and meet up with some old buddies. But before we get into it, we're going to do a mail time, and Cosmo has something he wanted to say.
Hey guys, I just wanted to say what's up, and I wanted to thank everybody for all the nice comments on the last video. I'm doing much better. I just have one final checkup tomorrow to make sure that I don't have any chronic kidney problems. So anyway, thank you guys.
That was nice, buddy. All right, I've got 2 packages here and a letter. Let's go ahead and open those. Here, I guess we'll go with this letter first. Dear Cosmo's parents, just finished the letter, and it's tips on how to make sure Cosmo recovers fully and the best things you can do to treat a cat with kidney failure. So I promise I'm doing the best that I can, doing a lot of research and taking him to the best vets in town, but thank you for the letter. All right, let's go ahead and get into the next package. All right, I think I know who this is from. I actually just watched the Monday night game, and unfortunately the Patriots lost. They played the Dolphins. Brady didn't have too great of a game, but this is awesome. I think this is from a viewer who wrote on Instagram he was going to send me some Boston sports memorabilia. I appreciate it. This is really cool, man. This is going to go on the back shelf here. Thanks, dude. Third and final thing that we're going to open. This one is from Spade Sunshades. It's from Jeff Weber. Let's go ahead and open this one. Jeff sent over 6 pair of sunglasses. Thanks a lot, man. I specifically asked him for 2. I wanted these blue ones, 2-toned with polarized lenses. These are really cool. And then I also wanted these wood-framed ones that I saw on the website. So if you're interested in getting your own pair, I'll have a link down below in the description box. They're really high quality. They're only like $15 to $25, which is an awesome price, especially for polarized lenses. And I've got some others here. Maybe I'll give away 1 or 2 pair at the next meetup game, which will be December 20th, Wednesday. I think we're starting at 6 o'clock, and we're going to be playing a 2-3 game. It's going to be a nice meetup right before the holidays. Jeff also sent over a few other things. Sent some toys for Cosmo, and he sent some catnip, which is awesome. I'm not too hungry right now, but maybe later I'll have a little bit. Thanks to Jeff, and thanks to everybody else who sent over packages or the letter. I appreciate it. Let's go ahead and get into the episode.
What's up, man?
Hey, dude, this is back to your vlog.
Awesome, man.
I love
Thanks.
it, man. You guys are amazing.
What's your name?
My name's Judd.
Cool, man. Nice to meet you. Once we arrived at the poker room, we meet up with some old friends of the vlog. Jeff and Jake, who both went to Laughlin with me a year ago, they're out there. Felt like that scene from Rounders when everyone from the Chesterfield meets up in Atlantic City. We buy in for $1,000 and take a seat. A few minutes into the session, we opened a 20 with ace-10 suited for middle position. The big blind calls with a short stack. We go heads up. The flop comes ace-jack 5 with 2 spades and 1 club. We've got top pair with a decent kicker. We also have some backdoor draws. The big blind checks. I bet 20 and get called. The turn is the king of hearts. The opponent checks. A lot of times I'll check back 1 pair hands, but I feel like I'm ahead and can still get value out of some draws that I'm beating. I bet 50. The big blind calls again. Now I plan to check back most rivers. The dealer puts out the king of clubs and the opponent slides in his stack for around 135. This is a terrible situation. If the opponent had a gut shot straight draw or a flush draw containing a king, he's now made trips. Everything got there. I'm not sure what I beat. We can only win if he's bluffing. We're chopping or losing if he has an ace in his hand. I take some time to think about it. The opponent doesn't seem comfortable at all. I see his pulse throbbing. That can mean he either has a very strong hand or is bluffing. That, coupled with the fact that we're getting 2.5 to 1 pot odds, leads me to a call. I figure I'm throwing money away in the majority of cases, but I only need to win about 30% of the time for this call to be profitable. The opponent doesn't appear to be too happy, and to my surprise, turns over pocket queens. Tried to get tricky by just flatting pre-flop, then for some reason turned his hand into a bluff on the river. It was a strange hand that somehow worked out well for us. We scooped the pot. Next, we get ace-king offsuit in the hijack. Under the gun +1 limps in. The player on my right raises to 15. I 3-bet to 55, folds back to the pre-flop raiser. He makes the call. The flop, turn, and river are all low cards. We check every street. The opponent has king-jack offsuit. Not a great hand to be calling 3-bets with out of position. He says he watches some of the vlogs, so I suspect he just wanted to play a hand on video. Now we're at a new table and we have king-jack of diamonds in the small blind. One player limps in from early position. The hijack raises to 25. The button calls. The action is now on me. I have a hand that has value, but it's often dominated. It's a little too weak to call, but I don't like folding it either. That makes it a decent candidate to 3-bet with. I make it 115. I choose this sizing because it's 3 times the initial raise size plus 1 increment of that bet for the call by the player on the button. Then I added more money because I'm out of position and there was a limper. The limper and the original raiser fold. Now it's on the button. He folds, and as he tosses in his cards, they hit some chips, then flip over. He had king-queen offsuit, making it less likely that I would have won had I called rather than raise. Instead, I get to take down the pot pre-flop and get at least one better hand to fold. An orbit or two later, we get ace-king offsuit on the button. The hijack opens to 15. He's been extremely active so far. The cutoff now 3-bets to 45. The cutoff has been doing some odd things. I've seen him take some peculiar lines post-flop. He got caught bluffing earlier. Looks like he's beginning to unravel. I'm on the fence about calling and putting in the 4-bet. Ultimately, I go with the 4-bet. I raise to 150. The initial pre-flop raiser folds. Then the cutoff lets his hand go. I show the ace-king. The opponent then says that he folded pocket deuces. After that, we get ace-jack offsuit on the button. It's a straddle pot. Under the gun +1 limps in. The hijack also limps. I raise to 50. Both limpers call. The other players fold. We go 3 ways to the flop. The flop comes queen 5-4 with 2 spades and 1 club. The opponents both check. We don't have anything except for ace high. We've got some value, but we don't necessarily need to bluff. We check back. The turn is the 10 of hearts. Both players check again. We pick up a draw to the nuts. We're probably against low pocket pairs or maybe suited connectors. Doesn't seem like either opponent could be that strong after limping in and checking the flop in the turn. I take a stab at it. I don't have to bet too big to get the hands I put them on to fold. I put out 65. That gets the job done. Both players let their hands go and we win it. In the last hand we'll go over, we pick up ace-king for the 3rd time. We're under the gun +1 and raise to 15. The middle position player calls, as does the big blind. We go 3 ways to the flop. The dealer puts out queen 6 deuce, all spades. Not too great for us. The big blind checks, I check, and so does the player in middle position. The turn is the 7 of clubs. We all check again. The river is the 4 of hearts. We check one last time. Somehow ace-king is good, and we take down the pot before racking up. Ended the session a few minutes ago. Ran well. I won 460 on the night, which is great. I lost about 200 yesterday at Wild Horse Pass, so it's good to get unstuck for the trip, book a small win. Jake, Jeff, and I are headed over to Topgolf now. We're going to hit some balls over there and then call it a night. Tomorrow morning, Andrew and I are headed back to Las Vegas. Good trip so far. We get to Topgolf, which is located right next to Talking Stick. You can see it lit up in the background there. We have a great time hanging out and eating some delicious food. 3 of us are all pretty equally terrible at golf. I lost the first game, looked like I was going to lose the second game, but came back in my last few shots to beat Jeff by 1 point. That was the last thing I did on the trip. It was a great time. The next day, Andrew and I headed back home to Las Vegas. That's it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. It helps a lot. If you have any questions or comments, let me know in the comment section. I want to give a big thanks to Spades Sunshades for sending over all the sunglasses. If you're interested in getting your own pair, I'll have a link down below in the description box. And with that link, you'll get free shipping. I also want to say thanks to MJ who sent me the mini Tom Brady back there. And thanks to the person who sent me the letter on giving me advice on how to make sure Cosmo has a speedy and full recovery. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you might have seen that I sold a stuffed animal giraffe for $1,000. I just want to talk about that for a little bit. I was at Bellagio and I met with 2 viewers from Singapore, Sandra and Jeremy. They brought me the giraffe as a gift, and I was walking around the poker room with it. My buddy who plays a lot higher said he wanted to buy it. His name's Aaron. Him and I played a lot of 2-5 over the last 5 years together. He's the one who gave me the free roll in 10-20 in another poker vlog that I posted. Anyway, he said he wanted to buy it. I said, sorry, I can't. It's a gift. Then he said, so you won't sell it for any price? And I said, no, man, sorry. And he said, how about $1,000? I'm not a complete idiot, so I sold the giraffe to him. I found Sandra and Jeremy. I gave them $100. I felt weird about selling the giraffe for that much money, so I decided to play an $1,100 satellite into the WPT main event and give my buddy 50% of myself if I did well in it. Unfortunately, I bricked it, and that's the end of that story, but it would have been really cool if somehow I made it into the main event and cashed in it. Also, I've been trying to post a little bit more on Instagram about the sessions that I don't intend to vlog. So I think the last post I have on there, I lost 2,100 playing 510. I'd been doing well in 510, but that session just didn't go my way, and I didn't have any video of it. I wasn't planning on recording it at all. I thought I should share it with you guys because I want to share, anytime I have big wins or big losses. If you're in town December 20th, stop by the Westgate, hang out with Andrew, Nimi, and I. We're going to have some drinks. We're going to play some 2-3, and we're going to have a holiday party after. That's it for this episode. Hope you're doing well. Good luck at the tables, and I'll see you next time.